By the way, Nick, you're like frozen on my screen, just FYI.
It's that time again. Time for the all-new Culture Cast, which begins right now. Welcome back, everyone, to the all-new Culture Cast. I'm your host, Nick, and with me is my, I'm just going to say, like, permanent co-host from now on, Cousin Charles.
Yeah!
Because, like, everyone else has quit, and I know Mike and Corinne, we used to come on a lot, but I think they got some stuff going on, so that's fine on there. It's not like this is like a real job giving us any sort of income whatsoever, but
I'm like black mold in the walls. Once you got me, you can't get rid of me. So Nick, what are we doing today? In fact, today is October 8th, the start of and we're watching a movie directed by the Exorcist director, William Franken.
Yeah, but we're not doing The Exorcist or the movie The Exorcist The Believer, which just came out. Instead, we're starting with what you called Shaqtober.
Yeah!
We're going to look at the cinematic masterpieces of one Shaquille O'Neal. Mm-hmm. And we're starting off with Blue Chips. And we're going chronological order here, people.
Yeah, we could have gone the easy route. I just started with Kazam or Steel, but no, we're dedicated. We watched this. And we watched Blue Chips, which is a 1994 sports drama. Nick, we might as well get the cat out of the bag. I am not particularly a sports guy or a college basketball sports guy. Are you a college basketball sports guy?
I'm so glad you asked me that, because I have so many things I could say right now, but I'll keep it brief. I'm not the biggest sports fan. I do like watching baseball. I, of course, watch football on Sundays because that's, the big thing. My wife in particular is huge Packers fan, so we watch the games on Sundays. And in my younger days, I really liked watching basketball. This was like the Michael Jordan era. And ever since that documentary from a few years ago,
The Last Dance
came out, it renewed my interest in wanting to watch basketball. But because cable companies are the fucking worst, I can never watch it because they're all on these specialized channels now. I miss the days where you could turn on WGN in Chicago and you could watch the Bulls. You could watch the Sox. You could watch the Cubs. I mean, and now WGN shows none of that. I'm not a Cubs fan. I'm a White Sox fan. But the fact that the Cubs, you can't even watch the Cubs locally on a local station blows my mind. It does.
What do you, like I said, have been displanted from the greater Chicago area for the last decade or so. So if one wants to watch the Cubs, where does one go?
I think it's on the Marquee Sports Network, which is a specialized sports package, at least with Comcast Xfinity that we have.
Okay.
I don't know if it's on any apps or anything. I haven't looked heavily into it. But yeah. So if you're a Cubs fan and you have Xfinity, then you're going to need to spend $15 to $20 extra a month for this dumb network just so you can watch your team that is, 10 miles down the street from where you live, because God forbid a local channel watches it or has it.
Hey, those writers got paid, okay? They got to make up their money on the back end somewhere.
This was before that. God damn it. But going back, but in terms of like college basketball, I don't give a shit about college basketball.
Yeah, I will say I did participate in a few March Madness brackets, but I mostly based it on either a coin flip or which mascot I liked more.
It's very funny that we watched this movie because I watched it on Friday. And I'm telling you why it's funny for me. So, you might have heard this before, but a lot of men get vasectomies to coincide with March Madness because they want to watch the games because you got to sit down and not do anything. And my wife was the one who told me about this. I didn't hear that before.
I've never heard this before, so I'm intrigued where this is going.
And I said, well, I get my vasectomy. I'm not going. I don't care about March Madness. I don't care about college. I'm not going to watch any of that. I'll watch like Star Trek or something. Ha 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 ha. Flash forward. So on Friday, I had my vasectomy, and what's the first goddamn thing I watched? Fucking Blue Chips, which is about college basketball.
It all comes full circle, Nick. It's all coming full circle. That's funny.
So
And now you explore.
it's destiny. I guess it's required by law or fate or whatever.
You got to watch if you get the snip. You got to watch college basketball in some shape or form.
Yeah, apparently so. So.
So where to begin with this? Because technically, so it was quite deceiving because the box art, like online, when you look up like the movies poster, it says Nick Nolte, Shaquille O'Neal.
Yes, it does.
Like I think this is very much they, in hindsight, they definitely wanted to advertise that because Shaq is about in like 5 scenes.
He's barely in it, and I'm convinced there are some group shots where he's not actually there, but they filmed him like afterwards just for like close-ups to like insert.
How do you fake Shaquille O'Neal? The man is there's like one shot of him walking into like the locker room and he's standing next to Nick Nolte and he makes Nick Nolte look like a child. Like the man is huge. He is like
Hi Megan.
Hello. Yeah. But yeah, no, this performance actually was award winning. It did get a Razzie for worst new star of that year.
He's not great, but I will say this: the movie was not as bad as I was expecting it to be. It was an actual movie. It's like, oh wow, there's like character development and things happen in it, sort of. There are long stretches where it's just kind of like, okay, where's this going? Let's move this along here. But I don't know if he deserved a Razzie, but then again, I think the Razzies are like, I don't want to say they're outplayed, but they're just kind of like, they're meaningless now.
Well, this is in the 90s, so the Razzies still had some, it was like that cool, edgy thing, like, yeah, we're going to be the opposite of the Oscars. Yeah, look how neat we are. Because I don't know how long the Razzies were when they started, but nowadays, yes, they're it's outlived its usefulness. But because now we have the internet and just everybody like you and me can have an opinion about like this person sucks. You can build an entire career around that. Just ask all the Taylor Swift haters.
All the which haters?
All the T Swift haters.
Oh, that's what we should have done. We should have done the Eras Tour podcast.
She was in a couple. She was in a couple movies. Maybe that'll be next month's.
We'll start with Cats.
I don't want to watch Cats again. I watched it once. That was more than enough. I'd love to see Shaq and Cats. He'd be Rum Tug Tugger.
Anyway, going back to Blue Chips, I was actually like presently. It's not a great movie.
No.
But like I haven't seen Kazam or Steel yet.
Me neither.
But I know enough of their reputation to be like, strap in, folks. We're going on a trip. But so I was expecting the same for this. But yeah,
they don't really use. They really the build up to Shaq in this movie. We'll get to the rest of the movie, but we just gotta get this series is called Shaqtober, so we gotta focus on Mr. O'Neal.
Yeah. And
the build up to him is great. Like Nick Nolte meets this guy at like a bar, and he's like, you gotta meet this kid, and he thinks he's heading to the back room. He's like, no, he's in Algiers, and then like it smash cuts to them like basically going on an adventure, and they're in a boat, and then they're crossing through the woods. It's like looking for it's like the opening of Indiana Jones. They're trying to find the lost idol, and then Shaq. I mean, I know that was one of the criteria we picked for this is like. Shaquille O'Neal has to play someone other than Shaquille O'Neal because there's a lot of Shaq's movie roles is just him playing himself.
Right, and that doesn't count.
Which isn't to say that this isn't a case of that, but technically his name is Neon Bordeaux or Bordeaux,
yeah, something like that.
And I guess I don't know. They did something like he was in the army, he was overseas. I don't know if he was from Louisiana, but he has no like Cajun or like Southern accent. It's just him talking as Shaquille O'Neal. but he's like in this weird warehouse or just like this warehouse where you're just playing like I don't know, just a pickup game.
Yeah.
And he's again, this is Shaq in his prime Shaq. Um, but yeah, so he's playing which is short to say he's playing really, really good.
Yeah, no, definitely so. I mean, just to be perfectly open here, I like Shaquille O'Neal as a media figure. I mean, a total sellout. He'll sign his name for anything. Um,
I'm fine with it.
yeah, I genuinely like Shaq. I think he looks like he's a fun dude who doesn't take himself too seriously. Um, I am horribly disappointed that Superman and Lois has not had the character of John Henry Steele have a Shaq poster in his house ever. That's a missed opportunity, but that's regardless. I'm a Shaq fan, and yeah, I mean, as you said, one of the criteria is that Shaq. Well, two sort of things. Shaq has to be playing not himself, and it has to be kind of like a leading role. Because there's lots of movies where he does play other characters, but it's like he pops up in the cameo, like, oh,
Yeah,
there's Shaq, and then you don't see him for the rest of the movie. It doesn't count.
he's got a
Yeah,
little arc here. Everyone's like the one guy describes him like, yeah, this guy ain't no brain surgeon. He's dumber than a sack of bricks.
which was weird. Like I they had a lot of weird scenes in here that went nowhere. Well, let's talk about the movie.
Okay, yeah,
Let's jump in. What's who wants to do the quick summary?
Uh, yeah, screw it. I'll do it for
All
this
right,
one.
all right.
I'm the one who led the charge of like we gotta do it chronologically, so I'll do it. Blue Chips is the story of coach of college basketball, university basketball coach, played by
Pete Bell.
Pete Bell, played by Nick Nolte, who is he was on a hot streak, won 2 national champions, but his team's like in a slump. And he's frustrated, doesn't know what to do. He keeps saying we got to recruit some, blue chip prospects. That's basically kids in high school who are like, oh, these guys are like the number one prospect in the country. And he says, I don't want to cheat. All these other schools, they're buying their players. And so he does he tries to go to each. He's got 3 players. There's Shaq, there's
The white guy.
white guy, and then another guy named Butch. He goes to each one of them, and all 3 of them have like some sort of problem. Where like Butch's mom wants a new house and a new job. Ricky Rowe, that's his name. Dad wants a new tractor. I don't think Shaq wanted anything really.
No,
Shaq's
but
the only
they
one
gave him a car.
yeah, they gave him a car, but he never asked for it.
Right.
So he's like, and they're like, oh, he doesn't know what to do. And eventually a booster comes along and says, hey, we'll pay for these recruits to come here and stuff. And then thus he has to do a little soul searching, find out what kind of man he is. And eventually, and I guess should I spoil the ending or just
Yeah, we'll spoil
okay.
the ending for this 30-year-old movie.
Yeah, that nobody talks about anymore. So eventually, he finds out that the reason the school hasn't been recruiting well is there was a point shaving scandal,
Which he was convinced didn't
didn't
happen,
happen, but then
did.
it did happen. The guy who's the booster, Happy, again, this movie is pretty. I don't know. I'll get into that in a second, but Happy, reveals that his star pupil, the student that he's really been working the closest with, Tony, actually did shave points on that game on one of his games that led to the scandal, and so Pete Bell's so ridden up with just so fed up with guilt that he bent the rules, that he went down to their level, that he holds a press conference, holds a big tirade saying money's ruining college sports, and then he quits on the spot, and then he goes and finds a bunch of random kids playing basketball at 10 o'clock at night and decides to coach them, and that's the movie essentially.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was necessarily a feel good or what I get what the point of the movie is, which we'll get into, but that's more or less the summary of it. Money in sports bad. We're ruining the spirit of the game, which I do have some thoughts, just given like I know the movie specifically says that he was I have the Wikipedia for this pulled up, that Pete Bell was mirrored after Bobby Knight.
Oh yeah, and Bobby Knight actually has a cameo in this movie.
He does. Yep, he's coaching the actual Hoosiers. There's a couple. Again, when you talk about this movie on paper, it's kind of nuts because you have William Franken again, journeyman director, like again, from The Exorcist, The French Connection, and a shit ton of other movies.
Yeah,
Then
a lot
you
of
have,
good ones.
Yeah, and then you have again just like you have Shaq, you have Alfred E. Penny Hardaway, who was another player at the time.
Yeah.
And then Matt Nover, I think, was also another. Again, they actually had actual professional basketball players. Now, granted, they're supposed to be playing college age kids, which I don't know how old Shaq and the rest of them were at the time. But I mean, it does feel they do feel older than college age, or if they're supposed to be freshmen.
Definitely Shaq, but they kind of hang a lantern on that one by saying how he thought about going to college, but he went into the army and then came back. So
yeah,
they sort of like explain that away.
Yeah, which is fine. But I kind of have to agree with you earlier. I mean, it's a passable movie. If it wasn't for the requirements of this series, I don't know if I would have willingly gone out and watched this.
No, same here.
But
I don't mind a decent sports movie, but like I wouldn't go out of my way for Nick Nolte coaching basketball.
No, the movie's got a. Hello, that's Megan.
Hi, Megan.
Only one comment on the movie. Can I make it?
Yeah, sure. Here.
My only comment on this film in the 4 minutes that I saw it was that Shaq is half the man he used to be.
What?
He's a lot skinnier.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, he doesn't have to play professional anymore. He can widen out. He's earned the ability to widen out.
Hey, they have a pizza named after him at Papa John's called the Shaqaroni.
Love it. I did want. I think for the next couple episodes, I want to prepare some Shaq facts. The one I know off the top of my, the one I want prepared that I know right now is that Shaq has the largest purchase in like Walmart history. I think he bought like $1 million worth of stuff in one Walmart trip.
Yeah, I heard something about that he bought like shoes or something for I don't know, a bunch of kids. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
You know what? I'm glad Shaq holds that record. It makes me happy inside. But going back to the actual movie itself, I love the opening because again, I'm going in there as someone who doesn't care that much about college basketball, and the movie just starts with Nick Nolte as the coach giving 3 separate tirades. In subsequent like kind of pissed, really pissed, where he's like takes the water jug and just flings it across the room, and then like comes in with the chair like we just gotta do, where it's like what the fuck.
At first when that happened, I thought it was like the end of the game, like they lost their game, but no, the game didn't even begin yet. I don't think.
Yeah, I think it was just the begin. It was just the beginning. I thought it was like halftime, but he's just that pissed that they were on a losing season. I'm like, I mean, I get it. College sports is super, super, super competitive, but like, oh my god, guy.
Like then he like during the game he like drop kicks the basketball.
Yeah, the basketball incident, as the media dubs it, with Ed O'Neal, I guess, which is weird because his character also is Ed, which I thought was kind of distracting, but maybe that's just me.
They probably like, hey, we need you to come in and shoot 3 scenes. Do I have to have a different name? It's fine.
It works.
Or more likely, Nick Nolte referred to him as Ed, not thinking what his actual character's name, and they said, you know what? It's fine. Who cares?
Yeah, I will say I'm surprised. I don't know. I know when Nick Nolte comes back, he's like hitting he starts hitting the saw as soon as he goes to his ex-wife or just separated wife. They don't make it clear if they're actually fully divorced or if they're still like married but just separated.
They're still very close.
Very close.
Yeah, that's one thing I wanted to say. Like, I typical Nick Nolte, and I haven't seen his entire filmography, but typical Nick Nolte always kind of plays like the asshole.
Yeah.
And when he went to go home, which I thought was his actual wife, before they revealed the divorce, it's like you see like the change in his demeanor. Like he's more calm around her. He's acting like a loving husband and all of that. And then it's like, oh wait, no, they're divorced. Yeah. And my question is, why are they divorced? divorced. They don't go into that because they still clearly care much for each other.
Mhm.
Was that a plot point that was needed, or could they have been actually married,
Uh, I don't-
or does it really even matter?
it probably does. The truth of the truth is probably doesn't matter. It is one of those details where it's like because he does rely on her a lot throughout the movie, especially because he asks her to tutor Neon, which I mean, do we want to call him by the character
Just
name?
call him
Like,
Shaq.
he-
It's Shaq.
she tutors Shaq and like with like third grade geography questions like what country's north of America? Canada. And
No, he gets it wrong.
Oh, that's right. He gets so
Like
were they trying to say that he's
Spain.
actually was he actually smart, just didn't care, or
I don't know. See, it implied that he was smart and he just wasn't trying.
he just didn't want to get
Then
into college?
or whatever. But then when he goes to actually take it, because they made a bet, like I was expecting to come back and he had like a great GPA or not GPA, a great score. Like he's going to get like I don't know what's the high scores in SATs. I don't even know.
You're in education, man.
I work at the graduate level. I don't work at undergrad. I don't know what the SATs are at. Um, let's say 1400. That sounds
Okay.
good, right? I was expecting to get like a 1400,
Sure.
like something good, and no, he comes back with like a 900, and it's like, oh, okay. I mean, he still won the bet, but it was just
If
it was weird.
actually the highest SAT score you possibly earn is 1600.
Okay, well, 14's still pretty damn good. It sounds like, right?
What 1400 is pretty good. I think if you got 1400, I think you'd be you'd probably be set.
Yeah. Well, regardless of that, but like it, and then like there are scenes in there where he's complaining about like
Cultural
the test is
bias.
right. Which okay, yeah, that's a thing. I was expecting that to go somewhere, but there's this. It doesn't. Like there's this
No.
weird scene in it where the basketball players are in class and they're not
Yeah.
paying attention. The one guy's too busy looking at girls.
Yeah.
The other
The farm
guy,
boy is horny. That's his entire character arc. Is
yeah,
I just want to make girls. He's got the
I
biggest.
was.
Out of the three basketball players, he's got the biggest prick of them all.
He is. Um. The other guy,
Butch.
Butch. I can't remember what his deal was with the class, but like Shaquille O'Neal, like stands up like this class is culturally biased. Why are we talking about African folklore and all that? Which it's like, what was the point of that scene? It added nothing to it to the
No.
movie. It's like we need another scene with Shaq. Okay, they're in a class. They're in a class.
Yeah, because the core of the story, it's Nick Nolte's story. He's like going with his morality of like, I really want to win, but how much do I break? Do I break the rules in order to do that?
Right.
That's like the crux of it. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, because the professor in that was like, because they're in like California. It took me a while to figure out that they were actually in California. I was like, dolphins, and that like it's on the coast somewhere. But then it's like they're recruited from like Chicago and Indiana and like Louisiana. So I was like, where is this? Where? But they do eventually say California. But I think the professor isn't he dressed up kind of like I don't know. He's dressed up kind of like you've seen the Water Boy where like Bobby Boucher's in class and there's the Colonel Sanders looking dude.
I mean, he is dressed pretty warm. I don't know. I professors are weird.
They are a
I
weird
don't know.
bunch.
Maybe the classroom was cold, but regardless, it's a weird scene all around. Like
It's unnecessary.
yeah, it doesn't advance the story, doesn't advance any characters forward. The cultural bias stuff doesn't go anywhere. I was wondering if this movie was gonna go where because Shaq didn't want the car, and they made it very clear he didn't want the car, but the other two people wanted stuff.
Yeah.
And like I was wondering if that was going to come back, like the other two got kicked out or something, but Shaq stayed because he was the pure one or something. But
Yeah.
that didn't go anywhere.
No, it's definitely like if you're going to relate the three on morality, you got Shaq is probably like the most moral, just because he's like, I don't really want anything. Like he just like, if I got an opportunity to play basketball, I'm going to do it. You got Butch, who's like kind of in the middle because like he does want something for his mom. But
Well, his
like,
mom was making the demands.
Yeah, which fun fact because I looked it up. That's actress Alfie Woodard, who appeared in several. She was in the Luke Cage show. She popped up popped in a couple things. So I was
She
like,
was in one of the Star Treks. She was in Scrooge. She's a known actress. She's been in like the cast in this is
pretty solid.
yeah. I mean,
It's
this
a
is
solid
like a who's of 90
character
90s
actors.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, so the mom wanted a house and also a new job, which I do want to get into that because I don't know what she was doing before, but like I
now she has
guess
like a corner office.
yeah, that's I don't know, but she's like when we first meet her, they're in like the dingy apartment, grandma, the little kids, it's like, everybody's cramped in there. She's smoking a cigarette. And then it's like when they started to have the montage of like everybody's getting their stuff, which it's kind of played like, okay, tell me if this is just me. I feel like it was played kind of like hopeful or like funny, like, look, everybody's getting all these things.
Right.
But when you look at the greater message of the movie, it's like this is bad. Like this ain't this is like because the movie event more or less preaches against this,
Right.
but it presents it all in a positive light.
It reminds me of I don't know the last time you ever saw Forrest Gump, but there's a sequence in Forrest Gump when Forrest makes it rich, and he gives like the cut of the money that he made to Bubba's family.
Yeah.
And it's like a smash cut of them, like now they have a maid and everything, and it's played as a joke based on how they were earlier in the film. And the same vibe is what is happening when everyone's getting something. Yeah, because it's not meant to. It shows that Nick Nolte betrayed his principles.
Yeah.
And sold out.
He tried.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go on.
No, you go. You go.
Okay,
ahead.
I have no doubt that buying players happens in colleges. I have no proof of that. I'm not saying that happens or where it happens or how it happens, but I wouldn't be surprised if that does happen. On one hand, I don't get why that would be illegal, but then again, because it'd be like, well, why not entice your people to come? But hey, I don't make those rules. But my question is, are schools really able to give all of those things? Like, here's a Lexus, here's a new tractor, and how much money did that kid want?
$30,000 in a duffel bag.
Yeah,
unmarked bills.
Here's 30 grand. Here's a new house. Here's a new job. Like, how can they arrange that?
Yeah, that's the the cars easy. That makes sense. I can see that happening. The $30,000 easy makes sense. See that happening. But yeah, the fact that again, I don't know what she was doing before, but the fact that it goes to like a corner office in downtown Chicago, it's just like I don't know what this lady did before, but I gotta be honest, there's no way in hell that somebody's moving on up to like this like corporate position from I don't know what they were doing before, but
it's weird. It's odd. Yeah. Who are they? Who's hiring her? And is it one of the alumni that's like you have to hire her or else? Like there are too many. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. It does not make sense.
And there's legit cheating. And then, like I said, most of the time they talk about like, oh, they're taking real classes. And I think this goes back to when the film was written, because I did read something on it. Because like I did look up, these types of scandals happen all the time. It's just kind of like how she said, it's only a foul if the ref calls it. Like it's like these are the ones we know about. Like most of them usually involve like, oh, here we're going to we're going to futz with your grades. We're going to do all this stuff for you.
Right.
So it's like this is all happening. But I think I read that the script, I guess, was made in like the mid '80s, which I guess made like the public's knowledge of activity of like universities paying for top recruits was like maybe like relatively new. So I think by the time the '90s rolled around, I think everybody was just like, oh, this is common practice. Like everyone just feels like they know about it. And I guess it just again, I don't know much about basketball coaches, but I know a little bit about college football coaches. And I would be surprised if Nick Saban, just had a tirade at the end of like at the first game of the season, like it's all bullshit, it's all money. It's like, yeah, like Nick, that like I don't see that happening anytime soon. Any like coach worth his medal. And why did the boosters need to get the coach's approval? Like I feel like that's something they do, without like for plausible deniability.
I mean, yeah, that's another question I had. Do coaches recruit? I don't think they, to my knowledge, coaches don't recruit their players. They have recruiting people who do this. No?
I think some if they really want somebody, yeah, they'll send the head coach down there. Although
Right, but the head coach isn't the one making like the connections and going out like, "Hey, how's it going? I'm the coach. You want to play for us?" They have like their other people. Maybe they send the coach out to really like grease the wheels. But
yeah, it like again, this is where I think both of our lack of knowledge of how college basketball. Because I'm sure there's probably gonna be somebody in the comments who'll tell us, yes, this happens all the time. They showed up right in my house. I will say going back to the booster and the coach, like if this is essentially what this is a morale play, right?
mhm.
How far are you going to win and stuff like that. I mean, everything's cut and dry. Like there's a few times where they try to make references to bigger issues. Like there's two times I think of, like when he goes to high school and like he's buddies with like the principal there,
Oh yeah.
and he's like basically he's kind of calling all these other people out like we got to find. It's almost like it feels like he's trying to auction them off. Like $50. Like I feel like that was trying to make a point of like, yeah, you got all these white guys and they're trying to like basically buy all these black players. Like, yeah, that's how I took the scene.
That's interesting. I did not interpret it like that, but that's an interesting way to look at that.
Well, that's why I stay off Twitter because my opinions would get me canceled anywhere else. But what was the other one I was going to mention? And then I think at one point they're like, yeah, you got the deal with the athletic company, and you got your 6 figures for your TV show, and like they try calling out. I'm like, yeah, that's probably a good point. I don't know why the coach would be that upset. I mean, yeah, they make money off these players. I mean, it's the whole system's fucked up.
I guess it's because Nick Nolte prided himself on running a clean organization, a clean team, and he didn't want to. Now, whether that's realistic in real life, I don't know. But
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no.
In the views of this movie, he wanted to win and play honestly and correctly. So
it just seemed like in the first scene where you see him coaching, you just screaming like, "We gotta cover the ball, we gotta do this." And the other coach was like being calm and direct, like, "We do this, this, this." It's like, so again, I don't know how to coach basketball. Again, I may be tall and have lanky arms, but I have no hand-eye coordination, so I was never one for the basketball court.
right.
So I could be completely wrong. Maybe Nick Nolte in this movie is like, yep, that's exactly how you actually coach people. I have no idea. All I know is that he, for someone who's supposed to be keeping try to keep a secret on all the dirty behind the scenes practices, after one game that they win against Bobby Knight and the Indiana Hoosiers, he just cracks. I love that where he's like looking at everybody, he's like, I want 30 grand in double bag. You lied to my face. And like all of this stuff is like, oh my God, he's having a meltdown right now.
It's so weird. That's also weird because it goes on with the game.
I was thinking we had missed here. My thing was, okay, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
But I was folding laundry as I was watching this. So I thought I had missed them. I thought they were like winning and winning a lot. Like this was like the grand, like I thought we were building up to like the
yes. Yeah,
no,
like the end of the season. This is the beginning of this. They haven't done any games yet.
No, they've done 0 games. 0. And now, I'll be honest, I know the movie kind of ends with like, for the most part, oh, I forgot to mention that why Farm Boy is the biggest prick is because like, Zay's like, didn't want to buy a new tractor and he wanted 30 grand, and the kid wanted 30 grand cash. But like, right as the movie was getting interesting, like what's the fallout from him saying like this is all bullshit, we bought these players and this and that. The other like as far as we know, everybody had successful careers afterward. The farm kid injured his knee and went back to his dumpy farm in Flicklick, Indiana, which I guess is the real home of Wayne Knight. Larry
it?
Bird.
Larry Bird.
Jesus.
Like Wayne Knight. That's
No.
Newman from Seinfeld.
That is Newman. I was thinking.
Yeah. He
Larry Bird's not white. Larry Bird is clear. For a much better basketball movie, Space Jam.
Yeah. So which is good. I'm glad he got injured because he got his just desserts.
Exactly. It's like, okay.
I was expecting him to like knock up some girl.
Yeah. See, that would have been like a character arc.
Set up
Consequence.
payoff.
Yeah. Like honestly, anything with the kids doing anything outside of like interacting with Nick Nolte wasn't needed in this movie. It's like they just wanted to have another scene of Shaq just talk about cultural biases, which I don't know. Is it like we gotta so as a quality of an actor, I think Shaq delivered his lines perfectly as they're written on the page. Now, did he have any emotion behind them? That's a different story.
He's not a great actor, at least
He has
not
a
in
hell of a
this.
smile.
He does, and there's a certain charm about him,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'll give him that. But he's very wooden.
Mm-hmm.
I talk about bringing in players to support your franchise. I could just imagine the discussion that Paramount Pictures had with William Friedkin. Like, listen, Billy, we're doing this basketball movie. Like, yeah, I can't wait to do the picture with Nick Nolte. And it's like, okay, we're going to have some basketball players in the movie and Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal, okay. That's kind of an odd one, but all right. I'm assuming he talks like a 1920s guy. It's like, but he's going to be one of the main characters, and you got to act with him. Has he ever acted before? No. Are you sure we need Shaquille O'Neal?
If any of the I'm thinking more. It might have been Franken's idea. Like we get real players. You know, they know the sport. They can play the sport. I saw this. There's a movie that doesn't exist yet called what is it? What's the Michael Bay movie where they send the oil drillers?
Armageddon.
Armageddon. It's Armageddon logic. Look, it's easier to teach basketball players to act than actors to learn how to play basketball. And you get what you pay for, which is just you get what you pay for. Which honestly, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. This movie loses its train of thought because there are scenes that just like it takes forever for him to get to the part where like, all right, I'll cheat, and then first game, I regret cheating.
Yeah, like it definitely needs to like if you're this is a very basic structure for a morality story. Like you need to have the whole like realistically, you need to have the whole season go by. You know, with like the whole season, and they keep winning, they keep getting better, you know.
And Ed O'Neill keeps like, so did you pay for them? Did you pay for them? Did you pay for them?
Yeah,
like, he keeps wearing him down.
Yeah, but instead, no. First game, he just he just cracks. Like his ex-wife's like, you lied to me, so I know you don't need to be. I know you're vulnerable right now, but I need you to get the fuck out. Like the guy's a mess. He's I think he legit, even though he was kind of like again, they present him like any other typical coach who's like, I just want to win. He's kind of an asshole about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he really has, he's got a heart of gold. It's all about playing with hearts. Got to play with our heart.
And he wants to go back to being the purity of the game, which at the end of the movie he decides to coach kids where the kids are there not for money, not for greatness. They just want to learn. They just want to play. And that's where he wants to do.
So it all wraps up in a nice, neat little packet.
Neon and Butch drop out of college, but now they play in the NBA.
Yep, and
Ricky
Rowe went back to his sad life in Indiana, which that's a fate. I'll be honest, that's a fate worse than death, having to go back to Indiana.
I like how the father's like, the son was like, he wanted to do one thing, and the father's like, you're going to be working on the family farm. He's like, I am. It's like clearly he doesn't want to run the family farm.
No, I don't know if he never point blank said he didn't. All he just says like, I just want to go to college and make girls. He's just a little horn dog. But it's like they don't play it up enough. He's got that dog in him.
Yeah, they don't pay it off. Like I was expecting him. I mean, they did do the pregnancy scare with the other character
with Tony. He's like who's like again like he's he's Pete Bell's pupil,
Yeah.
and he's failing TV. I do like well even though the movie make this whole like using the boosters to pay for these players is like something that I don't know if I can live with. I mean, he's already kind of doing what needs to be said and done to get people to do what he wants. Like I love like with the Indiana dad, like what kind of Baptists are you?
Yeah.
First or Southern? And he's like thinking about it like I got 50-50 odds of getting one of these right. He's like, of course. He's like, that's right.
We don't take
then,
kind of Southerns around here.
Right. And then later when we're in Louisiana, he's like, Pentecostal. I love Pentecostal. He's getting in there. Glad belong. I mean, and then
he's like,
again,
I'm Catholic, and
yeah.
she's like, we're not. I just like how disciplined the school is, or something.
Yeah.
Good Catholic woman like you. We're not Catholic.
Yeah. Yeah, and he just so he's already kind of full of shit, sort of, telling people what they want to hear.
Right.
But now it's like, but now there's goddamn money involved. That's the line that's too far. You can, butter them up, they can feel good. But the moment money crosses the table, that's just a line too far. I mean, I'm assuming he flew them all out to California, on the university's dime to try to convince them to sign.
Probably, yeah. But I'm guessing that's common practice.
I have no idea. Again, I don't. Despite how I look, I do not have a star athlete physique, so I have no idea what the world of the star athlete is like. But I do party like one, so I did back in the day, Tuesday.
You have 7 illegitimate children who you never see,
and I never will. Do you think Charles Bainey has been my real name? I'm trying to think of other things I could say about this movie because it's perfectly passable. I did find there was a list I looked up. I guess it put this movie at number 3 on the top 20 basketball movies of all time.
Seriously? There weren't any. There were only 2 better basketball movies than this.
Yeah, let me see if I can find that list.
The Hollywood needs to make better basketball movies. This is like number 3 on the list.
Yeah,
this movie bombed at the box office. By the way,
yeah,
had a budget of $35 million, made 26.
Yeah, and this is in 1990s money, so that's actually a lot of money.
Yeah.
Let's see, beat it out. I know Space Jam was 9 on that list. I did see that. There it is. From the website Complex, published in July of 2022. Let's see, the movies that beat it out. I guess the only other thing, I will give it credit for trying to, tackle, like, I guess instead of being like an underdog team trying to win, I like that's tackling more of a bigger issue. But even still, it's like, doesn't necessarily. Oh, here it is. Do you want to guess what could be better than this movie in the world of basketball?
Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf is on here. That actually was number. I did see. Teen Wolf was. Come on. Number 11 was Teen Wolf.
So should White Man Can't Jump should be on there, I would imagine.
Yep, that's actually number 2. White Man Can't Jump is number 2. And number 1 is the film He Got Game, directed by Spike Lee.
Okay. I'm on another list from Esquire.com. The 25 best basketball movies I've ever made. Blue Chips is not on it.
Oof. I guess the world of sports movies couldn't handle a movie that tackled the truth about the goddamn money.
But the movie Like Mike, starring Little Bow Wow, is on it.
Oh, where's it ranked? Where's that movie ranked?
24 out of 25.
Pretty good. What's worse than, or what didn't make the cut?
25 is Celtic Pride, starring Daniel Stern, Dan Aykroyd, and Damon Wayans from 1996.
Yikes. Oh.
Oh my God. No, this is not fair. Number 23 on this list is Teen Wolf. Number 22 is Air Bud. How is Air Bud better than Teen Wolf?
Yeah,
I call shenanigans on that.
It's a way better movie. Are they judging it by the quality of the basketball?
Maybe.
Did you see how well Teen Wolf dunked like a ton in that movie? That dog just bounced the ball off his nose.
Wait, Teen Wolf? Air Bud or Teen Wolf?
Teen Wolf he dunked because Michael J. Fox was like, you know,
he was flipping around when he dunked.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, Air Bud just like the dog bounced it off the nose. He had his little sneakers on. Air Bud's great. Air Bud kicks the ass out of Blue Chips. I will say that. Take that, William Franken.
And then, I heard that Air Bud, all the stuff they made him do, he was so sore and weak that they just put him down after the movie.
Jesus!
No, I made that up.
God! I mean, that sounds true. I mean, that sounds true enough that I can't argue against it. But good God,
It's like, good job, Airbud. We have a milk bone for you behind this shed.
here's
Bam,
some
bam.
chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't even think it. But even on this list, I didn't realize there were that many movies that were about basketball and how little I care. I just don't. I don't care that much about basketball. I'm sorry. Like it doesn't cut it for me, man. I don't know why. It just there's like 30 games that there's like it's like that's why I can't get into baseball as often. It's just like so many games. I can't keep up with them. Like
It's tough to keep up with it. That is true.
it is tough. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't scratch that itch. Doesn't scratch that itch. That's why I like the foosball. Or for our audience at home, esports. I like when Ninja shoots the guy real good on the computer. That's a real athlete right there.
Where should Semi-Pro be on best basketball movies ever?
Oh God, that's not in any of these lists. If fucking Space Jam can be on a best of basketball movie, Semi-Pro deserves to be on there. That's a great movie. I would if I had to put it in a top 10, probably a solid 3. I feel like it's a good 3. I mean,
I've not seen Semi-Pro.
Great movie. Funny movie. Again, kind of still in the just after this recording is over, just find it because there's like a billion streaming apps. I'm sure Semi-Pro's on one of them. Here.
Let's see.
We have the technology.
It's on Amazon Prime. Oh, just to rent. Lame.
That is lame.
This was March 15th, so it's been a couple months. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Blue Chips. I was disappointed this wasn't about potatoes.
I thought it was good. I thought Nick Nolte was going to be like the character was going to imitate Nick Nolte's life and just like I thought it was like Blue Chips, like poker chips. I will say his character probably lives how I imagine Nick Nolte lives, in just like a sad single.
That apartment was amazing.
Yeah,
like there's like nothing on the walls. It's just I think he had like just like the only furniture he had was like a TV with like a ton of VHS tapes.
Yeah,
from
all the
games. And like I don't remember if he had a couch or was it just like a folding chair, like something sad.
It was like one of those like where a director would sit, like the typical Hollywood chair where it's like the like
a fold out chair and all that.
Exactly. Just the sad divorced dad apartment. It's like every Hollywood movie's got that where it's like this shady, it's kind of like it looks like it could be a cheap motel, but just like it's like every character like the wife got the nice house that's like with like the nice mansion, and he's like the shitty 1-bedroom apartment that he goes back to crack open a Corona.
Which how can she afford that on her teacher salary? Well, it's a night, so maybe she could, but
who knows? Or I'm assuming again, university coaches, they make a fuck ton of money.
He does, but if they're divorced, unless he's still paying for the house.
I'm mad he's still paying for the house. The other fun fact I read about this movie, apparently before this movie came out, Nick Nolte was named like People Magazine's Sexiest Man of the Year.
No, you made that up.
No, I'm not making it up. I swear to God.
I'm Googling that. Nick, sexiest man alive. Okay, let's see it.
Yep, I found it.
92. What?
Yeah. So, granted, this is 2 years after, but something about him, man.
That's a weird choice.
Are you sure you didn't make a mistake? My personal choice is Walter Cronkite. When asked about the selection.
My favorite Nick Nolte quote, because he had some legal troubles.
Oh yeah.
Is he was arrested on suspicion of being driving drunk, and he was under the influence of GHB, and he responded saying that he'd been taken for 4 years and I've never been raped. Okay, that's one way to look at that there.
And of course, we can't forget about that mugshot.
Yeah.
I think it's in the top 10 of like greatest mugshots of all time.
I remember Conan O'Brien would like have it on like his wall during the show.
Can that just be the picture for this episode? Is us standing next to Nick? I mean, because I don't know. Like, I was trying to look it up to see like if he was hitting the sauce at this time, because I know
he was.
Yeah, but Nicky boy. Yeah, but just got I'll say I got, like I said, I got all my I don't know. What other thoughts you got on Blue Chips?
And I think that's about it. I have nothing else major to add to it. I mean, there are worse movies out there. I think this one is okay. I was just going into it expecting the worst, but honestly, it wasn't too bad. Long stretches needed tightening. Clearly, they threw Shaq in there for marketing purposes, which clearly did not work.
Nope.
And
It definitely
yeah.
needed. I think it needed. I think that the fact that it stopped, that the whole like scandal that Nick Nolte got himself involved with, kind of stopped before it really got started. Like the fact that they didn't make it to like the national championship or anything like that, it's just like game one and that's it. Like, really kind of undersells him, like selling his soul. It's really more just like he kind of realized it pretty quickly on, like, oh, I kind of fucked up, which I feel like in the real world, I don't know how deeply involved. I feel like most college coaches are like how the sports director was, like, I don't want to know about it. Just if you get it done, just get it done.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's more of a recruiter's job, is to kind of make all those under the table, promises. That way the coach doesn't have to live with that. Just like they signed, you don't need to know anything else.
Right. Yes.
But I think at the time, yeah.
Forgot to mention something. We didn't real quickly because I think we need to wrap this up here. We didn't talk about the villain, Happy.
Oh yeah.
Happy is like the stereotypical '90s villain,
Yeah.
where like in another movie he'd be trying to shut down the community center to set up mini marts or something. He's like, every time you see him, he's with like two different bimbo babes.
Yeah.
He has like this ridiculously huge mansion. And his whole goal is to make sure the school has good players for the programs to be big, because that'll somehow get him money. I don't understand what the plot here. What his plan is.
No, his plan is very simple. He just he nuts better whenever the teams are winning. That was the whole point. Oh, fuck, how do we forget to mention Happy? Which I wanted to get into that because I'm like, in terms of like how basic the morality is, it's like, yeah, this guy's going to make you happy. He's going to, he's going to promise everything. But yeah, no, he is just he's a great smug asshole. Just wonderfully, like, especially when he calls, like, because the one kid's like, "Is my mom? If I don't play basketball, my mom will go lose her house." And he's like, "What the fuck you mean he's not happy? Make him happy. Buying your mom a house should make you happy. So shut up and play basketball while I strode by my pool."
That was a legitimate question, and Happy could have just been like, his mom will lose everything, so make sure he plays. You're ours now.
Yeah, the fact that he rubs it in, "I own you." It's like, are you sure that's the best thing to say to the guy who's prided himself on being like an honest guy? Like, is that really the best strategy to go with? Like, he's made it. The fact that the synopsis movie is Pete Bell prides himself on having the cleanest program in college sports. Like, is that really the best strategy of like, yeah, I'm going to double down and tell you, I own you now, bitch. Yeah, but and the fact that he reveals that the point shaving scandal, which has been haunting his career, that was real. But it was only for one game. That's like that. I guess that's what we know of.
Yeah, I'm guessing more of it happened. So I guess he's like questioning everything else.
Yeah, I guess so. His whole worldview is crumbling. Like, this whole system is fucked. That's why I'm going to coach kids.
So he becomes what's that Al Pacino movie, Serpico? I'm mispronouncing it horribly. Where he's like, "Your move, Mr. Mayor."
Yeah, that's Serpico, because I've never seen Serpico, but I saw the episode of It's Always Sunny where Charlie Day is dressed up as Serpico. I mean, I will say, like, if we're going from like 94 to now, I think most people now, they don't even focus on college. They focus on high school going into college. Eventually, Pee Wee leagues, that's where it's going to be at.
Yeah, I know there was like scandals or discussion if college athletes can do endorsement deals.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know where that landed, and I don't care enough to look it up at the moment, but I remember that was a big controversy if that could be allowed to happen. But
I mean, I always go back to two words, just Johnny Manziel. Like, he was the biggest name in like college football, and then he just like as soon as he got to the NFL, just like couldn't handle the pressure, just nosedived. I know there was a documentary. I don't care. I have not watched it yet, but I know that was. But that's kind of where my opinion on that is like, look, these kids got 15 minutes of fame. Let them, let them make some money off their names. Some of them may go big, may go pro. A lot of them probably not. So that's my 2 cents on that. As someone who knows very little about college sports outside of that's where the ball goes for them to get points.
All right. Well, I think I'm blue chipped out. So
we've cashed in our blue chips. So this concludes part 1 of our multi-part
Shaqtober.
series. Shaqtober.
Stay tuned next week when we talk about Shaq's greatest movie, Twilight. He was in that, right? He played Edward Cullen.
He was one of the trees.
One of the trees.
It's like I would watch Twilight as Twilight performed by Shaquille O'Neal. I think that'd be fantastic.
A one-man show of Shaq doing Twilight.
If I was like in a Make-A-Wish Foundation, like one of those like kids, I'd be like, Mr. O'Neal, can you perform the entirety of Twilight as all the characters? And let me record it. You know what?
He would do it. That man would do it because he's read them all.
Oh yeah, he seems like the guy. Has he really?
No, I don't know, but he seems like the type of person who would.
Okay.
I'm going to go with that. We're adding to the myth of Shaq.
Shaq, if you want to disprove any of the things we're about to say, you can come on to the all new Culture Cast.
You with your doctorate.
Do you actually have a doctorate?
He does. Now.
Is that a Shaq fact?
It is a Shaq fact, I guess. Now, you could ask yourself, I think it's a doctorate. Let me double check. I know he does have a college degree. He got it after his basketball playing years. Now, you can argue, did he actually get it or did he get it? He's let's see, what was it in? It's in something.
Hold on.
Okay, let's see. Towards the end of his playing career, he began to work on his educational doctorate at Barry University. His doctorate capstone topic was the duality of humor and aggression in leadership styles. He received his EDD in human resource development. So he told a reporter he plans to further his education by attending law school. That has not happened yet. But my question is, yes, he got his doctorate, and I have no doubt he did everything. I was talking with someone about this one time. No doubt he did things to earn it, but did the school also just, it's Shaquille O'Neal. Are we really going to not let Shaquille O'Neal get his doctorate? No, I think he had a lot of extra assistance. He comes in with a coloring book. Here's my doctorate, A+. Now I'm being very cynical, but
I think you're just bashing on the man because you cannot compete with DJ Diesel.
Few can.
Yeah, I mean Shaq is he's, as you would say, he's a Renaissance man. He's done everything. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
He's a rapper. He's a video game connoisseur with Shaq Fu.
That's right. Can't forget, he's the subject of Aaron Carter's song, "This Is How I Beat Shaq."
Yeah, let's wrap this sucker up. All right. This is part 1 of our 3-part Shaqtober. So, Cuz, I look forward to connecting with you next week when we talk about Kazam. Kazam, that's the next one, right?
Yep, Kazam. Not to confuse with Sinbad's Shazam.
Which I guess people do confuse that.
Yes, which I do want to get into. That's going to be a whole nother rabbit hole.
All right, we'll save that for next time then. So, all right, everyone, thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
You've been listening to the all-new CultureCast. Follow us on Twitter. Drop us a line at nick.culturecast@gmail.com. We can't promise we'll read it. Theme music by Dana Vodovaz. Check out their work on YouTube at Vodovaz Music Productions. This has been a Saltwater production. Original material copyright 2023. Thanks for listening. Oh, Aaron Carter. Do we need... Is Aaron Carter the one that's in trouble lately?
No, he's dead.